I'd like to call to order the regular council meeting of August 13th, 2012. Mr. Spagnol, would you please call the roll?
Allen.
Here.
Dixon.
Here.
Givens.
Here.
Cannon.
Present.
Harrison. McLean.
Here.
Mowry.
Here.
O'Brien. Pate.
Here.
8 present.
8 members present. Before we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, I would ask, following the Pledge of Allegiance, that we stand for a moment of silence for 3 good friends of Bethel Park that recently passed. That's James Fox, Mark Poole, and Al Lowe.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, at this time I'd like to turn to chair announcements. Executive session of council was conducted on July 29, 2012. Police personnel matters. And August 13th, before we came out this evening, police personnel matters and Tri-Community South issues. At this time, I'd like to turn the reports to the officials in the library director's report. Christine.
Good evening. My name is Christine. I'm the director of your public library, where we provide services to inform, inspire, and enrich the community. Summer Reading Club is now finished. We had several hundred children participate and dozens of adults. We just had a pool party at the YMCA last week and bowling party for the kids at what is it? The lane's over on by Connor Road. I don't remember the name. Anyhow, if you didn't get a chance to join us this year, you can join us next year, where our theme will be underground, so that should be interesting. We do have a program for children coming up this Wednesday, August 15th. It's called Construct a Tale. Tim Hartman, who is an actor, singer, puppeteer, artist, and storyteller, will be coming. He does a very interactive program, teaches kids the basics of good storytelling, and he gets them up and having a good time. So that is this Wednesday, August 15th at 7 o'clock. That is at the community center. We expect a big crowd. We don't have enough room here, so it will be at the community center. We ask that you please register just so we know how many are coming. And if you are a 50 and older adult, you're invited to join us for our 10-week Wise Walk program. We've done this several years now in the spring and the fall. We're always looking for new members to come and walk. We walk on Thursday mornings at 9:30 a.m. in South Park. We have a kickoff meeting on Thursday, August 30th at 9:30 a.m. at the library. You'll get pedometers, and every time you come and walk for those 10 weeks, you get water and you get a healthy snack. We do ask that you register so we have enough pedometers. You can do that by calling the library. And what library director's report would be complete without our fundraising report? Our Christmas in July lottery raffle, we made just under $3,000 profit for ourselves. We had 14 winners during the month, and it was easy and successful. So we will be doing it again for the winter raffle, and that will be we'll start selling tickets probably the end of October, but it won't be it will be for the January 2013 Pennsylvania daily 3-digit at 7 p.m. So they make really, really great Christmas gifts. They're $10 a piece. And we have a Chick-fil-A Spirit Night coming up Monday, September 17th from 5 to 8 p.m. So grab the kids, the grandkids, your spouse, your friend, come have a fantastic chicken sandwich and those waffle fries. For more information on these or any of our other programs, you can visit the library's website at bethelparklibrary.org, or you can call the library at 412-835-2207. That's all I have.
Thank you very much. Any questions? This time, let's turn to the police chief's report and Chief Mackey.
Thank you, Mr. Mowry. Good evening, everyone. I have a couple of announcements tonight and also a couple awards to hand out. So quickly with the announcements, the next Crime Watch meeting will be on Monday, August 20th at 6:30 p.m. That'll be at the Bethel Park Community Center. We encourage all residents to come out and get involved with our crime prevention program, Crime Watch. And just to let everyone know, and everyone's welcome, whether you sign up for Crime Watch or not, that at the next meeting we're going to have Assistant Special Agent in charge of the Secret Service, Matt Lavinia. He'll be present, and he's going to make a presentation on credit card theft and how to recognize counterfeit money. Mr. Lavinia has been a good friend to the police department, and he supports our Crime Watch efforts, and he's a terrific speaker. So if you get a chance and you'd like to come out, like I said, there's no obligation to sign up, but would love to have you attend the meeting. Second announcement, on Community Day, Saturday, September 8th at 3 o'clock, the police department and fire department will be having a softball game. This will be our second year for the softball game, and we're going to have a 50-50 raffle at the game, and this is going to benefit the Bethel Park Community Foundation. And I think it's a good opportunity for us to give back a little bit to the foundation, who is generously given to various groups in the community, including the police department. Most recently, they provided us with a grant in excess of $9,000 so that we could erect the flashing speed limit signs in the community. Those are the ones that warn people when you're going a little bit too fast. So that'll give us an opportunity to give back to the Community Foundation. Also wanted to announce that we are going to participate in another drug take-back program. Those programs have been extremely successful in the past. The next one is scheduled for Saturday, September 29th from 10 a.m. to 2. We will use the same locations last time. That's the community center and also the Highmark Direct building, and that's on North Highland Road. So the suggestion is that you bring your pills, no liquid medication and no needles, but pills, and we also recommend that you take them out of the pill containers with your name on it, put them in a little plastic baggie, and bring them up to the drop site. Hugely successful program, and we hope you'll take advantage. Now, a couple awards, and I'll ask Mr. Mowry to please join me. This is always an enjoyable evening for us because the Bethel Park Police Meritorious Award Foundation gets to hand out some money tonight. Every year we do a college scholarship for children of Bethel Park police officers. I know some of them couldn't be here tonight, but some of them are. So I'll announce the ones that are not here first, and that would be Keely Cristiano. Keely is the daughter of Officer Dean Cristiano. We also have Emily and Justine Modrak. They are the daughters of Jim Modrak, who retired from the police department recently, so they are not here this evening. We do have two of the students in the audience. I will ask them to come up, and we will give them their checks and their awards, and they can tell us a little bit about where they're going to school and what their plans are. So our first recipient tonight is Kayla Kirsch. Okay, here you go. Would you like to tell us your plans?
I'm going to Cal U for art right now. I'm not sure if I'm going to stay in that, but I'm pretty sure I'm going for good for art. Thank you.
Thank you. Our second recipient tonight is Andrew Roberts. Andrew is the son of one of our dispatchers, Warren Roberts. Congratulations again.
Hi, I'm Andrew Roberts. I'd like to thank Chief Mackey and the Bethel Park Police Award Foundation. And I'm going into my junior year at Penn State University. I'll be a music education major. I'm diving into trombone and music education classes this year. So it's a really exciting time for me, and I thank the Bethel Park Police Foundation for their contribution.
A couple years ago, I received an award from the Pennsylvania, was actually from the Commission on Crime and Delinquency. It was the Crime Prevention Award that they hand out to a chief every year. So 2 years ago, I was fortunate enough to receive that award. Well, the governor's office also provides for 10 Citizens Awards. And back on July 11th at the annual Pennsylvania Chiefs of Police Conference, I had the honor and the pleasure to represent a recipient from Bethel Park. I'm going to tell you a little bit about her. Mia Rigatti is an 11th grade student at Bethel Park High School. Mia was nominated by her father, Tom, who's our crime prevention officer, because you always see Mia at crime prevention events. She actually volunteered over 200 hours of her time this past year to help out on such things as the food drive, the child identification program, updating our emergency contact list in the computer system. So, again, on July 11th, I attended a luncheon. Unfortunately, Mia couldn't be there because she was on a Caribbean cruise. I think I would have chosen the cruise also. But it was really an honor to accept the award on her behalf. And now that she's back from her cruise, I'd like to have Mia step forward, and I will present her with the plaque that we received from Governor Corbett. And also, we're very fortunate tonight to have two of our state reps in the audience, and I'm going to ask them to come up because it is a Commonwealth Award, and ask you guys to come on up. Matt Smith, John Marr. Okay, I'm going to hand the award to Mia and see if you'd like to say a few words about your volunteer work.
Well, I enjoy helping the community a lot, and I would like to thank the governor for this outstanding honor, and I'd also like to thank you, Chief, for going on my behalf to get this award, even though I was on a cruise.
You missed a good lunch.
No, she didn't.
And I would also like to thank my father for being there for me, and also my mother, who's back there hiding. Just thank you.
And that's all I have. Thank you. Oh, yes, sir.
Wouldn't it be appropriate to say a few words about school starting and the school buses populating the streets and the control that has to be exercised by drivers and that type of thing?
Okay, absolutely. I should have mentioned this earlier. School starts this year on September 4th. And I always make it a habit every year to please ask our motoring public to be careful. You're going to see a lot of kids out on the street that you don't normally see. They're walking to their bus stops. They'll be waiting on the corner, so we ask you to please drive carefully. The sure sign that school's about to begin is when you see the big yellow buses out there that you haven't seen for a while. So we ask you to please be careful. And also a warning that our traffic division generally ramps things up a little bit for the beginning of the school year because the safety of the children is paramount. So please, September 4th, school starts. Observe the speed limits, especially in the school zones.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now we have our two state representatives. They're here to present a few awards. Chief, if you could stay.
You might just want to stay right there, Chief. The Chief mentioned this gathering of statewide chiefs of police on July 11th, but didn't share with you the reason that I was there, and that some members of council were there as well. The chief has brought a considerable amount of honor to Bethel Park, having been selected as the chief of the Chief of Police Association for Pennsylvania. Although I don't think that's the official title, it ought to be. President. I think the chief of chiefs would be. And Representative Matt Smith and I have for you today a citation from the House of Representatives commemorating this, which I believe, is this the first time that this has happened for Bethel Park? The first time, so far as anybody can remember. I didn't ask Don before, but maybe you can remember further back. But congratulations. We're confident you will represent Bethel Park well in all that is involved.
Thank you. And we have one other item to present. And as many of you know, we always love to recognize one of Bethel Park's own. And in this instance, John and I were very happy to sponsor a resolution, a House resolution honoring Paul Dixon's sister, Martha Dixon, and the Dixon family for all that you do with Martha's Run that occurs every year in April in Mount Lebanon. And it really is a special event. It honors Martha's memory. It honors children throughout the South Hills because the funds raised by way of Martha's Run is utilized for playgrounds. And it's truly a living testament to everything that Martha did during her life and paying the ultimate sacrifice so all of us could be protected. And I just want to read a brief section of the House resolution that John and I sponsored. Whereas donations to the Martha Fund are used to build or renovate and maintain playgrounds, and to date, 3 public playgrounds have been erected in her honor, including Martha's Playground in Mount Lebanon. And whereas these playgrounds offer children a safe place to play, therefore be it resolved that the House of Representatives recognize April 14th, 2012 as Martha Dixon Day in Pennsylvania to honor the life of Martha Dixon, FBI special agent who paid the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty while engaged in the protection of others. It's an honor for me to present this to Paul Dixon here today. It's a House resolution from John.
Come to the middle. Matt.
Thank you all. And I'd be remiss if I didn't also mention I've partnered with Bethel Park, John and I, this Saturday to do a shredding event at Independence Middle School from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So if you have any documents that need to be destroyed and shredded properly, please stop by. So thank you.
And as a fan of open records, of course, none of your records should be there.
Already taken care of.
Yeah, that shredding event is Saturday, August 18th from 10 till 1 o'clock, Independence Middle School.
I just wanted to bring something to the community's attention as well. Chief Mackey did appear on the cover of a magazine for the Chiefs of Police Association. Wanted to make sure I got up here and embarrassed him properly. As we say where I come from, he dresses up good. And you know, I have to say, when you gave him the citation a moment ago, the man spent a career giving citations out to people. It's about time somebody gave him one.
Hey, John, before you lay that down, if it seems to me that if your goals met, you'll run out of time in the legislature to get the prevailing wage legislation through. And so I'd like to throw down a challenge to ask you to see if you can't make that happen before you move up to the higher territory.
Well, it's by no means predetermined what I'll be doing in January. And the legislature, although the House as a whole is in recess right now, there's still actually a lot going on. When I leave here tonight, I'll be driving to Philadelphia, where I have a meeting at 8 in the morning. And then tomorrow afternoon, I have a joint hearing in State College with the committee that I chair, the Agriculture Committee. And then the following morning, we also have a joint hearing with the Senate in State College, and then I'll be back down to the Capitol. So there's a lot of activity, and one of the subjects that's part of all that activity is the prevailing wage question, and there's certainly a lot of passion. I'd certainly like to see that get off my to-do list and get it done, but we need 102 votes in the House and 26 in the Senate, and they're not quite identified yet, so we're working on
We've
that.
been working on that for 7 years now, and I appreciate all the help. John put in a couple.
Yeah, it seems to me I've been working on it for a dozen years, but it's one of those things. We got to get to 102 members of the House and 26 in the Senate, and we're close, but we're not there.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Matt.
Okay, at this time, there will be no fire chief's report. I got a call earlier. There was a fire in the neighboring community, and the Bethel Park Fire Department is there to assist. I would be remiss in not mentioning, if you haven't donated to the fire department, I would encourage you to do so. Understand all their operational money comes from donations. It's extremely important that everybody has an opportunity, every resident, every business owner does donate to the fire department. Okay, at this time, Mr. Harrison.
Just as you know, I committed to the fire company. I'd suggest that people not forget to make the contributions, as you mentioned. They rely on those heavily. And I have, for the last couple months, added to that a reminder that the Tri-Community EMS, a little bit different. They get subscriptions from people, but they also welcome contributions to do their duty, and they're a fantastic service organization. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Harris. Any other discussion? At this time, can we turn to the mayor's report? The mayor is not here this evening, and I'd like to turn to Mr. Allen.
Thank you, Mr. Murray. I just have the birthdays for the month of August for the mayor. Joseph Sapienza will be 101 years old tomorrow. He was born in August 14th, 1911. Grace Robinson is 101. Her birthday is August 29th. Ruth McHenry turned 97 on August 5th. Elizabeth Kusin, 97 on August 11th. Mildred Kreisner turned 97 today, August 13th. Mitzi Calzey, she'll be 95 on August 31st. Violet Cumston will be 94 on August 29th. Inez Jean McGoughlin will be 92 on August 19th. And Stella Wiesner will turn 90, or did turn 91 on August 2nd. That's the birthday list for August.
Thank you very much, Mr. Allen. At this time, can we turn to the approval of the minutes, and Mr. Allen?
I move that we approve the regular council meeting minutes of July 9th, 2012.
Second.
There's a motion, a second. We approve the regular council meeting minutes of July 9th, 2012. Any discussion of this item? Mr. Spagna, would you please call the roll?
Dixon?
Yes.
Gibbons?
Yes.
Hannon?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
McLean?
Yes.
Bowery?
Yes.
Pape?
Yes.
Allen?
Yes.
Motion passes 8-0. At this time, I'd like to turn to the approval of the bills and payrolls, and Mr. Allen.
I move that we approve the bills and payrolls for the municipality per bill list number 081312 in the amount of $3,690,738.68.
Second.
There's a motion, a second. We approve the bills and payrolls for the municipality per bill list number 081312 in the amount of $3,690,738.68. What are you spending this money on, Mr. Manager?
It's all well spent.
It's on the list, yeah.
Thank you very much. Any other discussion? Mr. Spagna, would you please call the roll?
Gibbons?
Yes.
Hannon?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
McLean?
Yes.
Bowery?
Yes.
Pape?
Yes.
Allen?
Yes.
Dixon?
Yes.
8-0.
Motion passes 8-0. At this time, I'd like to turn to the resident comments section for non-agenda items. If you could come to the microphone, state your name and address, and we have a 3-minute limit. At the end of 2 minutes, you'll be signified by the manager. I would ask you to conclude.
I was looking to see if I needed to take a number or get in line here, but I guess it's just me. My name is George Gertie, and my wife and son and I live at 3602 Valley Drive. that's way down on the border of Castle Shannon, Mount Lebanon, 15234. The mention of school starting in some 3 weeks really is reflecting the necessity of why I speak to you tonight. My son's bus stop is up at the intersection of Lucille and Valley Drive, and from where our house is, we're approximately 300 yards below that, and there are no sidewalks for him to get up there, and the vegetation on the left side as you go up the hill encroaches way out into the road. Fortunately, someone did cut the hay back, but the trees are still out over there obscuring dangerous intersection signs. And while on the other side, McGurvey Electric and Universal Promotions parking lot is an adequate area for him to walk, there's no way to cross the road to get over there either. If we would love a sidewalk that would link our home area to the sidewalk further up the street. We think not only for ourselves, not to be selfish, but all of the commuters that use the park and ride at South Hills Junction. In the morning, there are literally, tens, dozens, or whatever that come down through there. Everybody faces the same dilemma. We don't know where to walk. We don't know where we should be on the parking lot. While a sidewalk would certainly alleviate that, the idea of even a crosswalk so that we can get from our side over to McGurvey safely and be able to walk up to the intersection would certainly go a long way in our well-being and our safety down there as well. If the vegetation could be cut back, and I wouldn't bring it up if it wasn't like a major thing. The trees are 10 feet over. The dangerous intersection sign, I challenge any of you to find it. It's so far overgrown. When I say hay on the side of the road, it was literally waist high, 4 feet back. Somebody cut it in the last couple of days. That's the first it's been cut in 2 years. We're really throwing our hands up because he's 8, and the cars as they come down Valley Drive are pretty much at that time of morning commuting to work. They're going quickly. I would hate to say they're texting, but the concentration level isn't that great. I've tried to cross there. So anything we can do on our behalf would certainly go a long way. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You've been very patient. You attended our council meeting, I believe, 2 meetings ago, our committee meeting. Council reviewed it, what we're going to do, and we were short tonight. It'll be done before school starts. We will be placing a crosswalk. Our police are out looking at it now and identifying the area which it needs to be. The second issue, we're going to have code enforcement look at the vegetation along the side of the road.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Good night now.
Thank you. Is there any other residents that would like to speak? Hearing none, can we turn to our agenda? General Policy and Finance, and Mr. Hannon.
Anyone signed up to speak?
We have no residents signed up to speak.
We have one item tonight on the General Policy and Finance. The first item is the financial accounting software purchase. I move that we approve the purchase of AccuFund financial software at a total setup cost not to exceed $34,540 in accordance with the Finance Director's correspondence dated July 18th, 2012.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the purchase of AccuFund financial software at a total setup cost not to exceed $34,540 in accordance with the Finance Director's correspondence dated July 18, 2012. This is a new financial software, obviously. I'd like to thank Mark Romito and all his staff. They got together with a number of communities in the area and kind of did a joint RFP to get the best price. It's significantly lower than what we anticipated. So hopefully this will be start of implementation this fall, and we have been assured it will not impact the budget process. That part of the software will not go into place until January of this year. So is there any other discussion from council? Hearing none, Mr. Spagnol, could you please call the roll?
Hannon.
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
Maury.
Yes.
Pate.
Yes.
Allen.
Yes.
Dixon. Yes. Givens.
Yes.
8-0.
Motion passes 8-0. Mr. Hannon.
We have no further agenda items under General Policy and Finance, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Hannon. Are there any additional items?
Mr. Murray,
Mr. Harrison.
at the last month's meeting, I spoke about the upcoming 2013 budget submittal by staff. I encourage staff to sharpen their pencils and recommend the minimum tax consistent with maintaining the present level of municipal services. I also told the public that I would keep them informed. After my presentation, Mr. Murray passed the gavel and commented. After trashing me as usual, he said, quote, "The Tax Petition Committee had 2 opportunities to submit signatures but did not." The public responded to that, Mr. Murray, by asking that I set the record straight. They feel that Mr. Murray is disingenuous in his comments and likely had a clandestine motive. His disingenuousness is that he knows that the first petition was not submitted because the staff informed the public that a review of the tax income late in the year showed that the tax income was sufficient to cancel any need for a tax increase. So the Tax Petition Committee trusted counsel and reacted to that information. He is clandestine, they claim, because he informed the Almanac reporter that a successful second petition campaign challenging the second tax increase would cause the actual tax increase to revert to the original tax increase. That's sort of complex, but the final one was 11.5%, and the previous one was 34.4%. The actual tax increase would be 3 times higher than the tax increase being challenged, 11.5%. This result was not presented to the public or to the council, this council member. I'm speaking of myself. The Tax Commission Committee did not continue the petition campaign because of the risk that Mr. Murray was correct, and so the petition campaign was terminated. The legal decision stating this reversion, that is reverting back to the original tax increase, was never officially provided to the public nor to this council member. I requested last meeting that the solicitor be directed to provide a written opinion stating his decision. I emphasize his decision because it sounds to me like a legal question, a decision that is important to the public because we're coming into another tax era and the public has to decide what they think about what's recommended. As of this moment, to my knowledge, a written opinion by the solicitor has not been provided. This is a continuation of backthrough actions by this staff and this governing body that does not keep all the council members and the public informed. In a recent executive session that Mr. Murray spoke to early in this meeting, council was briefed on a legal concern. I had never heard of the incident, but it was apparent that council members in the meeting were aware of it. To authenticate that that's true, one council member provided additional information about the incident not provided by the staff. I expressed my concern to the municipal manager about being left out of the loop. The manager told me that the assistant manager had provided a written notification of the incident to council. So I requested a copy of the notification. A few days later, I was informed by the manager that the notification had not been provided. I simply speak to this because I think the public needs to be aware of these unacceptable practices by the staff and the governing body. Thank you very much.
Mr. Murray.
Okay, I'll be brief. Everything he said isn't true as usual. The Tax Petition Committee basically had 2 opportunities, did not turn in any signatures. And Mr. Harrison continues to perpetuate the lie that staff said that they would cancel the tax increase. That is not true. Once again, it's Mr. Harrison. He spends all his time living in the past while we, the rest of us, are planning for the future. He's always good at talking about things that happened months ago, the way he saw it happen, but that simply is not true. The second issue is the second tax increase, whether it would revert to the original tax increase if the petition committee was successful. I think it was explained on the floor. I think if you care to see the explanation, Mr. Harrison, you can review the minutes. Mr. McTiernan, I thought, did a very nice job. Once again, Mr. Harrison wants to spend hundreds of dollars, no disrespect to our solicitor, to create an opinion that's going to repeat what he said on the floor. Mr. Harrison, the self-proclaimed genius behind the Home Rule Charter, you think he of anybody should know what the charter reads and what the intent was, but once again he doesn't. So I just, for the record, everything he said tonight isn't true. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Meyer. Any other comments? Hearing none, if we can turn to planning and zoning, and Mr. Dixon.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. We have no agenda items tonight under planning and zoning. However, I do have an additional item.
Mr. Dixon.
Just wanted to give the residents of the Lawrence Drive, Kevin Drive, Locust Drive area another update. Last month we talked about the report that we were anticipating from our traffic engineer as a follow-up to the meeting that we held with the neighborhood residents. And part of that response from our traffic engineer involved a meeting to be held with PennDOT at the intersection in question. We held that meeting last Friday. We had a representative from PennDOT there, our traffic engineer, Mark Magalotti, myself, and our municipal engineer, Gene Statler. We all met up there, looked at the intersection. It was a very positive meeting. The representative from PennDOT was very receptive to our suggestions and our requests, and he requested that we send a formal letter to PennDOT requesting a number of things, including an opening to the guide rail, pedestrian opening, which the neighbors had requested. So we had just received a draft from the traffic engineer, a draft letter. We anticipate getting that off to PennDOT within the next few days, and so the process is continuing. It was a very good meeting that we had with PennDOT. Their representative was receptive, and it was a very positive meeting. So we'll keep you updated as things progress. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Dixon. Is there any other discussion from council? Hearing none, can we turn to health, safety, and welfare? Mr. McLean.
Thank you, Mr. President. No items on the agenda this evening for health, safety, and welfare. I do, however, have two additional items.
Mr. McLean.
Both of them brief. Earlier, when Representative Matt Smith was here, he mentioned the paper shredding event that's scheduled for the Saturday, August 18th. I just wanted to note, having been at that event last year, it was extremely well attended, and there were quite a few people there. In fact, so many that we had the cars snake through the parking lot at Independence and out into the street. So I was going to remind the chief, you may want to be aware in case, because I think last time we had to call and get some assistance with the traffic out on Bethel Church. But it's a great event, and just so people are forewarned, you might be there a little while till it's your turn to get rid of your documents. The other thing, Councilman Mark O'Brien is not here this evening. I know if he would remind everyone that the community blood drive is later this month on August 28th at the community center between 12 and 6, and I understand they even have some pirate tickets that are available for people who donate. And that's all I have, Mr. Mowry. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McLean. Is there any other discussion? And just to kind of follow up on the community announcements, Community Day will be held on Saturday, September 8th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., and it will be at the Bethel Park High School. As you're driving down Church Road, we've been assured the parking lot on the left-hand side will be complete. So Community Day will be from 11 to 4 on Saturday, September 8th. And I believe the parade will be starting at 10 o'clock in the morning on that Saturday. Okay, is there any other discussion? Can we turn to Public Works and Maintenance and Mr. Allen?
Mr. Meyer, we have no items under Public Works and Maintenance this month.
Do we have any additional items? Hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
Do we adjourn?
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Good night, everyone.
Hey, ready? Of course I am. What are you waiting for? I was waiting for you. So we're gonna continue the company thing real quick. Okay, places everyone. In a minute! Do I have to do everything myself? You can't do it all by yourself. I'd say that... Sure I can. No, he can't. And neither can I. So why don't you come on down to BPTV and help us make some of the great community programs you see on this station every day? Yeah! I mean, we can help you make your TV show ideas a reality. It's pretty awesome. So come on down. I mean, I am pretty good, but I'm sure I could use your help.